still write for the literature review from there onwards.
Okay. So literature, you are on chapter 2, I think, na?
Ah, chapter 2.
Yeah. But the main part is from, I think, chapter, what it is. Just let me share my screen.
Mm.
Okay. So why I called this meeting today, because I feel some of you may find it difficult to produce these things. Mainly, I will say just these are the parts. Most of you will find it difficult to produce. Means the analysis part and those chart preparation. If you people have that kind of difficulty, then you can tell me right now. I have completed most of the section for my project. So this is a introduction part. I hope there is not much difficulty preparing this introduction part. Okay, right. If you have any doubts, what you will write here and what how you can formulate this, then clearly specify me here right now. Any one of you can tell me, please. The next one is your review literature here. Also, literature review means the documents that you studied in order to go with your project. Okay, that you have to uh, write over here. Okay, and the feasibility
Mm.
analysis. Okay, you have the feasibility analysis here, and here we
Mm.
have something called SWOT analysis, business objective technical feasibility. So, if any one of you want to do this kind of analysis for your project, then please tell me. We can do few of your problems analysis here right in front of you. Maybe a few points later you can more exercise on it. Okay.
Can we do it?
Yeah, please
I
go ahead
wanted.
with SWOT.
SWOT.
Mm.
Yeah. Then tell me any one of your project so that means if I want to perform SWOT, then I have to take an example. So why should I take example, blind example? Give any one of your project, and we can do the SWOT analysis, a few bit upon it, right? So that will be good thing. Okay,
Hostel
first let
management.
hostel
You
manager.
can
Okay,
take
just
example of my project.
yeah, also no problem. See here. Probably I have sent this document with you, all the things. So SWOT is basically telling you what are the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. Okay, so you need to make this kind of chart for your project. Okay, to identify. It's basically an analysis. We perform it in uh, your feasibility analysis phase in the project. And what we do here, we identify the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats in our project. See, we are doing these things at the later phase of our project. Now, basically, these things need to be done very early in the project. Means before any coding section has begun, these are the analysis part that must be done.
Show
If you
ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ
think
ಅಕ್ಕ?
about the timeline in the project, that must be done way before coding started. But here the case is different. Okay, we have done almost all the part and we are producing the project report. That is a different aspect. But in a real life, in a real life project, these things need to be done at the very initial phase, as it is an analysis part. Okay. So for Shashiji, what is your project, and who is the other person who told me? Please tell me his name.
Mine
I
is
can.
hostel management.
Okay, Kenil. Hi.
Yes.
Okay, so we will do it. Few part. See here,
Okay.
you have to draw a quadrant like that. Okay, means the fourth segment will be there, and in this fourth segment, this first row is called internal, and the second row is called external.
Okay.
Why it is internal? Because the strength is in your project. Na? What is the strength and what is the weakness? That belongs to your project. And what is the opportunity and threat that you will get from the outside? That's why these two are external, right? So you can clearly create something. Okay, I will show it to you. Something like that. Okay. This type of diagram you can easily create, and that is SWT analysis. I have not completed for my project, but please go with different color scheme. That will be good, especially for Kenil. You and me are in the same group. Okay, so
Yeah.
just do the thing in that way. Identify some strength in your project. Shashiji, we
Yes.
need to do some kind of conversation in order to find out the
Okay.
strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat for your project,
Okay.
and it is for everyone. Okay. So
Okay.
primarily, you tell me one or two. You can put in number of strengths here, but I will suggest
Mm.
you 3 to 4 is enough. Okay. So what
Okay.
are the strengths in your project? Can you identify?
Automation. Automation
No, no,
task.
not automation. See, think in that way that while you are doing the project, why you are confident in your project that the project will be a good one and project will be a successful one. See, as far I know that you are doing a hostel management project for your
Mm.
hostel where you are,
Mm.
where you reside,
Reside.
and
Mm.
you are doing that for your organization. Okay,
Yes.
so that means you are the internal part of the organization who is actually doing the project for her organization, right?
Yes.
So you can mention, see, whenever you find a problem in your project, then it will be very much easier for you to communicate with the management to get
Mm.
clarified, right?
Mm.
So maybe your school give me the order that you build. Okay, you have the software development firm, you build a hostel management system for us. Then if during the project, if I have some doubt, then I have to reach to your place, then I have to contact to the management. From this contact will be done externally, na? But since you
Yes.
are inside the system, so that kind of communication is not a very hard job for you, right? So that is
Yes.
number one strength in your project for you, that you can mention
Okay.
that communication with the management as I am internal, or mm, the system is developed internally. So communication with the
Okay.
management uh, is the I can do at any time, or do not go
Okay.
writing in that way. I can do. Okay. The communication with the management is your strength. So you can just mention communication with the management. That is one point.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Number two, since you see the real time or the manual work closely, very closely, because you are also involved in the project, you are also involved in the manual work, right?
Yes.
So that is another strength because you have the clear clarity what the project is actually about. Okay, so that will be the strength number two for your project. In that way, you have to think.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yes. I
So
got.
can you go in that way to find some other strength? Later you will do it. Just tell me
Mm.
whether you can find out the strength in your project following the
Yes,
same
okay. Yes, yes, the
direction,
trend,
right?
whatever you explained in the direction.
Yeah, exactly. The same way you have to find out some weaknesses in your project. Okay, maybe you are not a very strong technical background. So maybe
Mm.
you can write
That is a weakness.
technical background
Mm.
is a weakness. Okay,
Mm.
and what else? That this kind of weakness that you can find,
Mm.
maybe you can say that the fees that you are collecting is not
Mm.
given by you do not have any payment gateway, online payment. So
Mm.
that can be treated as a weakness because some guardian or some student may ask you the system is online, but we are not able to pay online. So
Mhm.
how can it be online system, right?
Mm.
So I told you that two weaknesses. Now you find some others, right?
Okay. I'll
And in the
think
similar
about
way,
them.
what can be the opportunity and threats you can identify, right?
Mhm.
Just
Mm.
just try now. Just you try to think the opportunity and threats. Two.
Mm.
Think about two opportunities and two threats. And meanwhile, I just talking with Kenil.
Okay.
Is it okay, Shashiji?
Yes,
In the
yes,
same
yes.
way, others, I'm also telling you try to find out strength and weakness for your project or maybe opportunity and threat. Kenil,
Yes.
yeah, mm, uh, you can tell if you are able to now identify the strength and weakness.
Okay. So uh, after you explained to uh, that Mrs. I got to some things got into my head, and I think I found some of strengths. I
Mm.
found few strengths and
You in
weakness.
your project, I remember you have lots of strength, right,
Yeah.
and opportunities. Many things are
I am
there.
not sure about opportunities, but I'm sure about weaknesses and strengths.
Yeah, opportunity. You also have opportunity because the see nowadays you are doing with the that digital currency, na.
Yes.
So, means the opportunities with the digital currency is going to be a boost up in coming years if
Yes.
a certain kind of threats is not appear. Now, what is the threat? Threat is you also can identify the threats in your project because the digital currency maybe some government policies will be implied in
Yes.
some countries. Okay, so that is going to be a threat number one for you. Means if the digital currency, if the government policy goes in that way, that your project is not going to be applied in certain region, right?
Yeah.
So that may be one kind of threat in your project, and obviously the security and since the money matters, you have some kind of threat related to that also, right?
Okay.
So
And
those in that way you can think about the threats. Huh? Tell me, please.
uh, as you already checked out MetaMask in the last
Mm,
meeting, so
mm,
the security system in the payment system is actually uh, it's it is responsible. It's responsibility of MetaMask itself, and
mm,
not our websites, because when user uses that cryptocurrency wallet,
mm.
the user agrees
See
to
here,
the
see
terms
here.
and conditions of
Just wait,
MetaMask.
just wait. Since your security is dependent on MetaMask, so that is a
Yes.
third party, right?
Yes.
So you can think, you can tell that the security is dependent on the third party application, MetaMask.
Yes.
Okay, as they provide the security, my customers will also be secured in that way. If the security fails in the court of MetaMask, then my customer will also suffer. So that is a dependency. Means security, third party security dependency is
Okay.
going to be a threat in your project. Got it?
Yes.
So in that way, you have to think. Is it clear?
Yes. I got it.
Yeah, fine. Anyone else? Shashiji, have you find any opportunity and threat?
Mm, Opportunity can be, it is like according to this thing, it is going to scale up my
Hmm. Hmm.
means strength or this thing in the organization because I'm doing for in system.
Opportunity not in terms of you as a person, okay, but you
Okay.
have to think opportunity in terms of the organization.
Okay. They
Okay,
may
by
get their
applying this
task.
project, yeah,
Uh-huh.
the
Their
manual task
task
will be
will
automated.
be
You,
reduced.
yeah, their manual task will be reduced, and the organization may increase the
Visual, it
scope
means
of
the
the
transparency.
application, so
uh,
that many things can be integrated together. Okay, later this hostel
late
management can be applied,
integrated with.
uh,
Hmm.
yeah, integrated with the school management or the college management system. In that way, you have to write the opportunity, and
Okay.
that will be simple.
Mm.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So can we close the SWT part? SWOT.
Threat, what I can think, because I could not able to get anything with related to this threat.
Threat. You can put the threat in that way. Okay. Suppose your databases. Okay.
Mm.
Your databases is going to be
Okay.
data that you going to store in a local database
Mm-hmm.
currently, as per
Mm.
I know, right?
Yes. Yes.
So since it is not connected to the means the your application is
That's.
going to be run internally, not in the web portal. Okay.
Mm.
So data is not going to be shared from the
Okay.
different branches. So after few days, maybe the
Mm.
management of the organization find it is not a very means since the total system is being operated locally.
Mm.
So if you are not
Completely not able
uh,
to utilize the web
publish it in the
technologies.
web,
Web.
okay,
Mm.
then it will be not very useful for the entire organization. So that can be treated as one threat. One
Mm.
more thing you can say that security. Okay, you are not
Mm.
measuring too much security here because
Mm.
since the system will be handled only by the admin part.
Mm.
Okay, later when you include the student and guardian part in it, maybe
Mm.
a security threats will appear. So that time you have to consider the security policies. So in that way you have to think about the threats. Okay,
Okay.
just 2 3 points is enough. Maximum 4 points. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
From this image you can also take a few.
Mm.
Highly regulated. See here, if you find suitable, which is matching up with your project, then you can take the thing from here also. I have
Okay.
supplied these charts already in the group, right?
Okay.
Okay. So what is next? You have some feasibilities. Okay. Do you have ideas about this thing? Technical feasibility, cost benefit analysis. Cost benefit analysis, I will tell you. Okay. But
Okay.
apart from that, technical feasibility, operational feasibility, and ethical feasibility. Now, you have the idea,
Mm.
obviously, what is feasibility. Feasibility is not the possibility, okay? So, you have to justify the feasibility whether your project is worth
Mm.
uh, to develop, okay,
Mm-hmm.
for the current problem, right? So, in that sense, technical feasibility means what are the different technical aspects that you are following in
To
your project,
maintain the
whether
system.
all those technical policies will be enough to build your application. So that you have to think in technical feasibility. Okay,
Oh,
just like in your project,
mm-hmm.
Shashiji, technical
Mm-hmm.
feasibility means you are doing the application in your local machine. Okay,
Mm,
so there will be a server established in the hostel,
mm,
and from that server there will be a single point access, I think, right
yes.
now. Okay,
Mm,
so in your case, technical feasibility something like that. Okay, there will be a server, and from the server you will mm, connect to the client, a single point client. So it is
mm,
very much feasible to develop that kind of application. Okay,
mm. Okay.
now the feasibility not be mm, will be negative if you have multiple say multiple branches of your college.
Okay.
That time if you are trying to build such kind of application which will basically run locally,
Mm.
okay,
That time we will have this issue.
that time feasibility will be a negative part, but in your case technical feasibility is on positive side. Okay,
Okay. Mm.
okay, anyone else who wants to tell something about technical feasibility, operational feasibility, and ethical feasibility? Okay, see, in operational feasibility you may specify some points like that. What is the resource availability?
For technique
For operational feasibility.
operational.
Okay,
Okay.
operational feasibility you can specify the resource availability. Okay,
Okay.
means see, one thing I can show you in that way. Say for operational feasibility, look, just go to Google, points for operational feasibility. See, you can find a few questions here. Take those questions which are relevant to your project and try to give answer to those questions. That will become your technical feasibility analysis for your project. This is the easiest thing how you can do.
Okay. Okay. I will
Take
follow
these
this.
points. Okay, take these
Mm-hmm.
points. There are so many questions. Try to give answer with respect to your project. That will be the easiest way to formulate the operational feasibility for your project. Okay, maybe these type of points which I have mentioned here, uh, usually you will not come into your head. Okay, what I will put inside the operational feasibility, as I am writing here, resource availability, stakeholder acceptance. Okay, means you have to
Okay.
think in terms of operation. You are analyzing your project's feasibility. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so your project is operational when your resources are available. I thought in that way. In operational feasibility, I have included this point. Why? Because your project is feasible. That means it is operationally feasible. User can operate on your project only when the resources are available. So how the resources will be available for my project, that I have to tell over here. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. Now your project is going to be operated by whom? By the users. We can say those are called stakeholders. Okay.
Mhm.
So your project is going to be used by the users or the stakeholder only when those stakeholders believe on your project. They accept. Got it?
Correct.
That's
Correct.
why I keep this point, stakeholder acceptance and their support. In my
Mhm.
project, one stakeholder is, you can say, the government agency. Okay.
Okay.
So if the government agency do not accept my project, do not accept my application,
Mm.
then the feasibility for my project, means this operational feasibility, is not going to be success. Na?
Correct.
If the government agency do not support my project, then also the feasibility, operational feasibility is going to be in the negative side for my project. You got it?
Mm. Yes, I got it.
Acha. Your project is going to be operational by the
Mm.
users or by the stakeholder. Okay. But for
Okay.
that, I need to provide sufficient amount of training and I have to keep the support service. Right.
Mm.
That's why I keep
Correct.
this thing, these 3 points. Okay. So maybe
Okay.
you will not be able to think these points in that way. So for you,
Mm.
it is better to search the Google and get these points like this and try to give answer with respect to your project.
Okay.
Okay. If you, if some of you wants to set an answer for one or two of these questions, then you can tell me, please, right now. Otherwise, we will go for cost benefit analysis. Okay, fine. Then we can move for the cost benefit analysis. Okay. Now, what is cost benefit analysis? Anyone? Please have a discussion.
Might be based on the s- cost what we have to, or the amount what we have to spend for completing this project.
Acha,
Or
Shashi, you have project meeting today in your
we
group.
had, yes, we had, and
How
it is
many of
over.
you have the project meeting?
I don't know how many were
Because in
there in the
our
group.
group we do not have that meeting.
It was there for
This.
our group today. It was only around four of us, or somebody has joined. Three or four. That's it.
Okay, okay. But in our group there is no meeting. Anyway,
Okay.
what you are telling?
About the cost feasibility, like, we using this
Cost
project,
benefit
what is the
analysis.
benefit to the organization? It could be like that, or what?
Sorry,
Or it
please
is in
repeat.
the other way. It is like, by using this application, what is the benefit they are going to get it in that way, or how much cost they have to spend it for doing this project?
Yeah, yeah. Mm, See, if you are doing a project, then obviously it has a purpose, na?
Hmm.
So you need to spend some amount of money,
Hmm.
okay, to build the project,
Yes.
and you are going to be benefited in
Hmm.
terms of many things. Okay, maybe it reduces some price, some cost.
Hmm.
Okay, maybe it increase your profit. So that is going to be your benefit. So you
Hmm.
have to find the ratio between these two. What are the
Hmm.
expenses? What are the cost in your project? And what are the benefits that you are getting from your project?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me demonstrate you with my one.
Okay.
See here in the cost benefit analysis, what I have done. So you have to prepare a chart. These are Excel chart. Okay. In Excel, you can easily form out this thing. Okay. So okay, just let me go in the Excel part. So this section
Mm.
is your cost part, right?
Mm.
Now for the first column, you will say what are the costs, and you can take the durations. Just like I took it in years, you can take it in months or days, anything.
Mm.
Okay. Say year one, what are the costs that you are going to incur? Year
Mm.
two, then year three, as many years you can consider. I took five. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then the different cost segment. So for what purpose you are
Cost is
spending the money?
incurring. Mm.
Yeah. Say some points here, two, three
Mm.
points, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are the cost? Maybe I can take example for your project, like the cost of maintaining the cost of the salary, salary. You have to pay salary to the operator, na, for
Mm.
your system. So
Mm.
that can be a cost. Okay. And currently,
Server. Mm.
yeah, computer maintenance cost
Mm.
that you are going to incur. Okay.
Mm.
And if you want to get some license
Mm.
for your softwares or something, okay,
Mm.
then that cost can be mentioned here. So
Mm.
year wise, you have to make an
Mm.
assumption what are the cost will be there and make a total here, right?
Mm.
Make a total here. You got it?
Got it.
Okay. So maybe 100, say 150, okay, and say 200. In year two, it is increased, say 1 to 30. Say this is 200. This may 210, something like that. You got it, now?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The total here there will be a total. This total will be for
Individual
as
total.
we yeah as we written here for 150, 250, and 300 maybe. So this total will be for this cost in this span for 3 years, and this total will be for the year one. Okay, the total cost you have to spend in first year, then the second year, then the third year, in that way. Okay, so we will get this type of costing. You got it?
Okay. Yes.
Now put a formula. Fine, right? Next, you have to show something called cumulative cost.
Mm.
Now, what is cumulative cost? In first year, you have the cost 450, right?
Yes.
So it will be of 450. Sorry. So it will be of what is that? 450. In the next year, what will be the cumulative cost? Can you tell me?
The
This
difference
will be the
between that.
cost.
The difference between the
This
both.
no, no, not the difference. It is the sum of these two.
Okay.
It is going to be the sum of these two.
Nine.
So
Okay.
equal to,
990.
yeah, equal to this plus, we can say sum of this 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 one. Okay. In that way, if you drag this, so you will get the cumulative cost. You got it?
Mm.
See? Now, if you make a sum of all these columns, okay. So this is going to be the total. Is the sum okay, na?
Mm. That is
I think it's
990
not okay.
plus 700.
No, it is
990
not
plus
okay.
700.
990 plus 700, it will be, it must be this one,
1690. Oh.
1690.
Mm.
1690. So your cumulative cost must be equal to this one. Okay. So this is the cost part for your project. And what are the numbers that you will put here? You just assume on the basis of your expense. Means if you
Okay.
are going to uh, have, means running your software, running your application, if you need the manpower, then you have to consider their salary. Okay, if you
Mm.
want to uh, means you have some machineries involved in your project, then you have to consider their maintenance charge or their depreciation. Sorry, if you want to have any other cost, okay, that you need to um, incurred while
Mm.
the organization is running your application, you have to mention all those kind of cost here, and you have to take an assumption of some numbers. Okay, now come to the benefit part. So what will be the benefit part? Here you also need to make an assumption. So these are the benefits. Okay. So what can be the benefit? Number one, you can say profit. Okay,
Mm.
you can say other aspects from where you get the benefit. Okay, maybe you can say your profit was in the first year, is the first year, your profit was say 500. Okay, next year your profit goes 600. Third year your profit goes 750. Okay, some other aspect, say what can be benefited. If I take your project, mm, mm, for manual work, manual paperwork, that will be reduced.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm. Yes. Mm.
so maybe first year you were uh, not the manual paperwork, because manual paperwork
Some
will,
stationery.
yeah. So in terms of benefit, you are, you have to think in terms of benefit, that what you are getting more from it. Okay,
Mm.
either you can say that
The storing
uh,
cost or something like that.
not in
Stationery and
terms of reducing,
storage
but in terms of increment. I have made in my project in terms of reducing factor, that the total cost
cost is
incurred by the
reduced.
farmer will be reduced for pesticides, like that. But since if you are mentioning about the profit, okay, so profit you must increase, you
Mm.
want to increase the profit. Okay, so in order to do that
That
thing,
is
you have to mention some benefit over here. Okay, maybe some other
reducing
way you can
task is
think it.
also a benefit, no, for the organization.
Yeah, reducing
Maintenance
task is,
of
see here
maintenance
is the
of this
manual
manual.
paperwork. I must not write manual paperwork here because manual paperwork will be a decreasing factor. So manual paperwork means the expense for manual paperwork should come here. Okay. So maybe first year you are requiring 100 rupees, next year you are requiring 60 rupees, next year you are requiring 30 rupees in that way. Okay.
Mm,
So your manual paperwork is going to be decreased. So it should come in cost. But in case of benefit, if you are including the profit, that means you are trying to increase your profit. So you have to mention some points here where you want to increase the values. Okay, got it.
mhm, mm,
Okay, so after completing these two tables, you will get some totals. Now, here also there will be a total,
yes.
and here also there will be a total. The same way, total, right? So some total will be there, right? So this total and this total, the ratio of these two totals is going to
Mhm.
be the result of your cost benefit
Cost benefit.
analysis.
Yes.
Okay. So how much
Mm,
cost you incurred to get how much profit? And additionally, you can show a chart like that. See, if you select this part, hold the control key and select this part. After that, you can insert any chart like that. See this chart. See here.
mhm,
This is a chart. This is showing the total. So by using this total, you are not able to find anything. So just edit it, right click on it and select
mm,
data. So you can change it. See the green line, this one. Okay. So you just write the cost. So this is the cost, and this is your what
benefit.
benefit. Benefit. Okay. See here this one, cost and benefit. Now here also you can change this 1, 2, 3. Now what is this 1, 2, 3?
Like
You can change
category
it
X
in that
axis.
way.
Mm,
Yeah. Okay. So you are getting this one. You got it. So if you
mhm,
modify some, say suppose suddenly your profit goes down second year, say 100 rupees. So how it will look like? This one will be look like this. Okay. So suddenly your means the total cost is increased very much, say 1000. The graph will show like that. Okay. So this is basically the cost benefit analysis. So you have to put some data. Do not
mm.
put the numbers blindly. Give a logical thinking on the
Approximation.
data. Okay. And get this type of chart, put it in your project report. So that is cost benefit analysis. The basic purpose
Hello.
is how much cost you are spending, means the organization who is taking your application, how much cost the organization need to spare, and what will be the benefit in terms of money that it is getting from your software. Anyone, anything to say?
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Uh, so you mentioned that I'm supposed to put expenses and benefits amount in those tables, and
Yeah.
I have a question. Uh, how do I estimate the cost and the expenses? I mean, and profit. As I have not expended any penny, and I have not earned any penny from the project. So, can you give me an idea how do I
Sure, sure, sure,
estimate?
sure. See here, most of us in this course, okay, or similar course, are doing the project uh, alone, or project just like you do is just like a one man job, right? You are not doing it for any company, but you have to think in that way that you are working. Your project is going to be assigned to a development firm, and that development firm is actually working on the project for some client. You have to think in that way to prepare this kind of analysis or charts. You got my idea, what I am trying to
Uh,
tell you?
yes, I had idea
Exactly, you are
about
not
it.
getting any penny, or you are not getting, you are not doing any expense in your project, right? It's okay,
Yes,
but you have to think in that way. So when you think in that way, you can consider the salary of yourself. You can take the expense of visiting clients to and fro during the development period, during the maintenance term. Means in the year one, you are in the development phase, right? In the year two and year three, you are on the support or service phase. That time you are providing the AMCs. So you can consider the traveling cost and others. You got the idea how you
yes,
can think. So in that way, you can put some data over there in terms
and
of. Um, hmm.
hello. My benefits totally. I mean, my benefit is totally dependent on the number of users my users use.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, the amount is proportional to the number of users. So I will have do I have to put in that if this many users, then average profit is this much.
Exactly.
Or,
Means you have to think, you as an organization, your organization is going to earn. Means since you are developing an application, it's is the application for charity? No, you have a
no.
certain business reason
Yes.
behind it, right? You want to, you want to earn from your project. Maybe you want to raise some subscription later. Okay, for each user they need to spend some money for subscription. You may add some Google adware into it. So as the Google adware, you are getting some income from it. So in that terms, you have to think about the benefits. You
Okay.
got it? Say income from user subscription, income from Google adware, income from other resources. In that way, you can think the benefits. You got it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Anything else? Okay, so this was cost benefit analysis. I hope you all know Excel and you can create easily. Using Excel, you can do any kind of analysis. Okay. So next is your ethical feasibility is nothing. You can search the Google for the points in ethical feasibility. Means how ethical is your project, right? You have to specify some points in it. Okay. Say my project is ethical in that sense that it will not take the private, means Kenil, I am telling you. Okay, so you are going to store users data, right? So ethical feasibility, in ethical feasibility you have to write like that, I store the users data, I collect the users data, then and those users data will be used only for the communication purpose to my users. This project is not going to supply the users data to some third party for some marketing or sales part, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
So in that way, you have to write a few points which will show you that your project is maintaining ethical feasibility, means ethical points that you are
I see.
maintaining.
Okay.
So that was your feasibility part. And chapter 2, chapter 3. In chapter 3, you have some uh, something called NAT chart or GAT chart. This is basically uh, we do for planning. Okay. Now planning means what? You can. I have already supplied a link. See, you can see this is a Gantt chart, or you can say this is a Gantt chart. Okay. So I have already supplied a link to perform the Gantt chart. So where is the link? This is the link. Prepare online Gantt chart. And it's very simple. Quickly you can prepare your project's Gantt chart for this. See here. Okay. Everything is ready. What you have to do, you have to write here. Okay. What are the tasks? Some task 1, task 2, task 3. If you have some internal task, then you have to write it here. Just like that, you have to prepare your Gantt chart. Now, any one of you want to tell me about their project so that a few lines I can prepare in Gantt chart. First, what you did in your project, or see this is a planning tool. Okay, so this must be done before anything you did in your project. But here, since you have already completed most of your project, then it is very much easy for you to find out what you can write here. You got it? You can take the help of this one. So design server database structure, implement database module, implement data. In this way, you have to think. Tell me any one of you for your project.
Creating user interface.
Creating user interface. Before creating user interface, you can give uh, client or client visit. You can do in that way. Okay. So in client visit, what you have done?
Analysis. Requirement. Taking the requirement.
Yeah. Uh, say
Collecting requirement.
data or requirement collection, requirement specification. Next, you did data
Data
collection,
collection.
and next you
Analysis.
did data analysis.
Analysis.
Right. Now see requirement
Okay.
specification. See, these are the weeks. Okay, you
Hmm.
take 8 weeks as your project. Complete project work need to be completed within 8 weeks. Okay, so you have to plan
Hmm.
accordingly. Okay, so suppose this is the starting point. Okay, now for requirement specification, you must not tell me that you spend the whole week, na?
Hmm.
So you did it in 1 week terms. Sorry, 1 day terms. In this way.
Hmm.
Okay. After that, data collection. Okay. So for data collection, you took 2 days. See,
Hmm.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right?
Hmm. Okay.
And data analysis. Now, after collecting the data, you must do data analysis. Huh?
Hmm.
So what you can do, you can put the data analysis part in that way. This is the simple task. You got it.
Hmm. Got it.
Now I can tell you that in the first day of data collection phase, okay, After collecting the data, okay, what you can do? You can start the analysis at the very first day. Means I'm telling you, these days can be, these tasks can be overlapped in that way. You got it?
Mm. Yes.
So
On the
Tuesday you
same day.
start collecting data. Wednesday you also collecting the data, but at the same time you started the analysis part. In that
Analysis.
way, the task can be overlapped. You got it?
Okay. Yes, I got it.
And you have 2 days here, which are holidays. Okay. Now see, if you want to add more tasks, click here. See, this is the add button. Okay. New task. What will be the task? Maybe design.
It's the design
Okay.
part.
UI design. UI design. Okay. So just save it. Say UI design. Now this UI design is not under client visit. UI design is separate part. Okay. If you want to add front end, UI, and add one more thing, that is your backend UI, means the admin part. You got it? See,
Yes.
this front end UI and backend UI you need to place under UI design. So what you can do, I want to send this under ID dependency. You can send these two. Where is the child node here? Yeah, yeah, this way. Got it? This way.
Mm.
So now this backend UI and front end UI, see, front end UI and backend UI. So front end UI, maybe you started the front end UI from this day, and you started the backend UI. Tell me, you got it?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the way how you have to prepare your get chart.
Okay. We got
Is
an
it
idea.
okay?
Yeah, we got an idea.
Yeah. Just go with the phases. You can clearly get the phases in your project. Okay. Some means distribute the task
Okay.
and prepare some planning up to 8 week using this tool. You can find it very easy. See, at the end, you can export this thing in Excel, PDF, or image file. You just go with the image file and your Gantt chart will be ready. See here, this one. You have to copy paste it to your file. You get the idea, na?
Okay. Yes, yes. I got it.
Okay. So what is next? It is your communication plan. Again, you can take the communication plan. Communication plan is basically see your in your project you have different stakeholders. As I told you, in every project there are some stakeholders. Means who are the
Mm.
user, who is the uh, admin part. So there will be different stakeholders in your project. So how
Mm.
can you communicate? How all these stakeholders will communicate between each other? That will be specified. See here, you can use this this one, this figure. Okay, just formulate this chart in Excel and prepare
Oh,
and put some data in it.
communication
See,
plan.
these are the, yeah, communication plan. You have to mention the name of the stakeholder. Maybe you
Mm.
can say the admin, okay, your school
Will the
admin,
management
your
be a part of
management.
it? Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
surely. Whoever is concerned with your application is going to be the stakeholder. Your student, the guardian, you have many stakeholders in your project, right?
Yes.
And what are their respective actions? You have to mention here. Message content means what you need to specify to them. Means if admin is there, okay, what you need to specify to admin, what you need to tell to the admin. If guardian is there, what you need to specify to the guardian, okay, with respect to your project. How you are going to inform this message to them, by using mail or WhatsApp or by direct call. You have to mention here in this column. Okay, when and how many times in your during your project you are going to communicate these stakeholders, that you have to mention here. As a way, just put some logical data in it, and that will be done. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. Next is your acceptance plan. Is basically see, you are doing the project for your acceptance. This one, you can take this Excel sheet. Okay, I have used this one. See, you are doing the project for your client. Until and unless your
Mm.
client accept your work, there will be no use of the of doing the project. Na?
Project.
So you
Mm.
must have a specific plan how to make your client accept your project. Means obviously it will be a good one for him to accept. Then only he can accept. But first of all, you have to approach to your client that these are the features, that you will do the things in that way. Okay, so those things you have to specify, and you have to give some priority. Which things you need to specify first, which thing you need to specify later, and which thing is more important than the other one, that you have to specify here. Put some logical data again here with respect to your project, like acceptance criteria. Okay, how can you put it? How can you think what will be the acceptance criteria? So first of all, as per your project, Shashiji, I am telling you, uh, your client is your school, right?
Yes. Yes.
They need to accept your project. Okay,
Mm.
so you can specify in that way. All manual work mm, become automated. Okay, that you need to specify to your client.
Yes.
All manual work has been automated, maybe,
Mm.
and it is a functional.
Okay.
How it is a functional? You have to demonstrate how the manual work have been automated through your software, right? So you are
Okay.
actually giving the functional description, and whom you are going to describe all these things.
Okay.
Basically, owner or responsibility is not so important in our respect, in our project, but still you can
Mm.
specify name of your say admin or
Okay.
warden. Okay,
Oh,
and what is going to be the priority of describing this thing to him or her? If it is a high priority, then select high from here. Okay, if it is a medium priority, then select medium from here. Okay, whether he
okay.
accept it or reject it, you have to mention here. Okay, when you will do it, and any comment if there.
Okay.
Just write a few lines in that way and copy this thing and paste it in your report. That is going to be your acceptance plans or acceptance user acceptance testing. Okay.
Okay.
Any doubt here?
No, it is clear.
Next, you have resource plan. Okay. In resource plan, you can do it from here also. See here, you can add for each and every for each and every
Task
see
some
here
number of
if you right
people.
click here, add some
Hmm.
resource. Okay, just double click on it, not double click. How to edit it? Edit this one.
Hmm. Edit button
Okay,
is there.
so you can add some resource with this. Okay, so
Hmm.
what are the resources are not only the team members, maybe some other things also can be considered as resource here. Maybe the computers, maybe the files, maybe your some money or some other things that you consider as a resource in your project. Okay, so you
Hmm.
have to just take these things. So some resource has been attached with this requirement specification. Maybe for this one also you specify some resource. Edit,
Edit.
put some resource. Say this one is the resource. Okay. So after completing all these things, you just change here from here resource view. See, this is going to be your resource view. Okay, resource view. The same get chart is now going to be a resource plan. So you can paste it
Okay.
as a resource plan in your project. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
maybe if I put some good data, then it will look differently. Okay, you can take a look here. See here. This is my project view and this is my resource view.
Yes,
It's look
resource view.
different. Okay,
Hmm.
the same get chart.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So resource plan is okay. And one more thing, you may have many analysis and plans here, but it is not required to mention and specify every plan from this list. Okay. If you are comfortable to produce the GAT chart, communication plan, and acceptance plans, you
Any one
you
thing
can
will be.
left out of resource plan. You can take the
Hmm.
risk management plan, or you can get rid of these two at all. You do not have to. There is no hard and fast rule that you mention all the analysis and chart in your project. Okay, that is one more thing. Now, what is your risk management plan? So you have to identify some risk in your project that you can get an idea from here. See here, type of risks. What are the type of risks that may happen in your project? And what will happen if the risk occur? That you have to specify under this column. Okay. If there is anything currently present to mitigate that risk that you have to specify here, you can delete a few columns from here which is not relevant to your project, but more or less you can take the help of this table. Okay, I use this table too in my project. Okay, like
Okay.
that. For example, in your project, type of risk may be in that way. Suppose internet connection goes down
Hmm.
in your hostel, maybe several reason, maybe some natural calamities happen, internet
Hmm.
goes down. Okay, and if your project is going to be completely online based, obviously, which
Hmm.
is not the case in your project. Okay, it is a local based.
A local web.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Hosting.
So if the internet goes down, then what will be the outcome? That you have to mention accordingly in this row.
Okay.
In case of machine breakdown, what will be the effect. Okay, so risk management plan is basically identifying the risk present in your project, and
How
how, when the risk going to
appeared.
happen in real, then what
Mm,
you will do at that time. So that you have to identify. For that kind of identification you need a risk management plan. So it is always good to give the risk management plan attached to your project. Got it?
okay. Mm,
So this is all about the project planning section. And next we have some data analysis and part. Okay, tell me, should I stop here today, or anyone anything
I,
to
I,
say?
mm, for
Shashiji,
me, I
you
think
have to
this
go.
much is, uh, for me today, I think this is
Yeah, yeah.
like will be
So today we stop here, and
okay.
if you find any trouble doing this thing, then you contact me and tell me, so we can communicate later also. Okay.
Yes. Till then, I'll try
Okay.
to complete the
Uh,
work, whatever is been done.
just 1 minute.